This episode of REB Baseball is brought to you by your host, Zach Rebele, sponsored by REB Sports Academy. Hey everyone, Zach Rebele here with REB Baseball. Check us out on YouTube. We might be doing a little bit of podcasting, Instagram, TikTok. I don't know where this channel's going, but I am here to give you all the information that I've learned throughout my years of baseball, and teach you guys. I know there's a lot of stuff going out on the internet that a lot of these Major League Baseball players don't believe in, and professional players. So I'm here. I played Division I college baseball. I played junior college. I played NAI, kind of bounced all over in college. My dad played 12 years of Major League Baseball. I've studied, everything I can from him. My uncle played professionally, made the 40-man roster. My grandfather was a really good player, supposedly had an offer to play with the San Francisco Giants and turned it down back in the day. So I come from a baseball family. Both my brothers played college. I played college. All three of my cousins on the Rebele side played college baseball. So we're just a baseball family, and I'm going to show you things that I have learned. So check out the rest of the channel. Check out our content, wherever you're at, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, podcasts, whatever we're doing. Check us out, listen, apply things that you want to apply. I'm giving you the best information that I know of from, just studying the game, being a part of it since I was, 0 years old, essentially, studying the game and trying to figure it out. So today we're going to talk a little bit about tee work. We're going to start with the basics. We're going to work our way up. So, we're getting ready for a game, practice, whatever it is, and we want to get some tee work in. And Coach tells us to go over, get tee work, get some swings in, get loose. Okay, so the first thing that I am thinking of when I go to tee work, not a fan of tee, never was, pretty tedious and boring to me, but it's a great way to work on some things without the ball moving, and you don't have to focus on, squaring a ball up, right? We don't have to look good. I mean, it's nice to look good, but you don't have to look good in front of coach who's throwing the BP. You're out here doing your own thing, trying to get some tee work in. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put this ball in the outer half. So I'm going to set up my tee. I don't want to set it up out front. The reason we don't do that is you're trying to catch it deeper. Okay? That's where you're going to hit the ball to right field. If you're catching a fastball out front away, a lot of times that ball takes off and goes in the air. Okay, it's called being early at that point. You're also setting yourself up to not be on time for any off speed. So if you're catching this fastball out front every time, okay, and you go to hit and you're catching it out front, you're still hitting it to right, but you're catching it out front a little bit. They throw you a changeup and you don't recognize in a game, okay? You didn't recognize it. Now that pitch is way up there, okay? Well, you've been catching this fastball here, and they change the speed on you. Now you can't get to that ball. That's a swing and miss, okay? That's a strikeout. Same with breaking ball, slider, whatever it is. So the first thing I'm going to do is back this ball up for a fastball, even though it's on a tee, and we're going to get our direction going to right center, okay? If you go to a big league game, I would hope most high-end college games, any good hitter really in college is going to understand this. They're going to take their first BP rounds and their first tee work of the day and use right field, okay? Just for that situation. Fastball, they want to be on time for fastballs, use right field. It's much easier to go from away ball, which is harder for most people to do, is hit the ball away and drive it. It's much easier to go from away and get that down and react in than it is to always be hooking in and working on this in ball and then go to a game and try to let the ball get deeper and hit it to right field. So that's why I always started on the outer half of the plate. Okay, so I'm going to get up there. I'm going to use my hands early on. I'm not going to juice any balls, really get into them. I'm just trying to get loose. Okay, trying to get used to using my hands, and I'm going to use right field. So get my stance, right field. Okay, so line drive to right. Do it again. Line drive to right. Boom. right there, every time. Okay? So all I'm working on is getting my direction to right center. Hard line drives, backspin. Okay? I don't want to see you hitting fly balls to right center. That's not a hit in a game, right? A fly ball to right field off a tee is usually a fly out. So we want to hit nice line drive trajectory balls right over the second baseman's head. So use that right side of the cage, halfway up to just below the top. And that's kind of the trajectory we want to get going. I like nice hard ground balls to second base. That's conducive for hits in a game, right? If you hit a ball in the air, it's easier to run down and catch it than it is hitting a nice hard ground ball somewhere. Okay, so those end up being hits a lot more. Line drives are perfect. So all I'm going to do, get up here, set the tee up a little bit back, right? I don't want to catch it out front, a little bit back. And we're just going to take a nice easy swing to right field. Boom. Okay? There's an old adage that says good hitters get jammed. That is because they are trying to let the ball get deep. Okay? This is exactly what we're trying to do right here. We're trying to get ourselves prepared for the game, practice, whatever it is. We got to let the ball travel a little bit. So when we see off speed, we're still on time. Okay? If you're out front on everything, off speed's going to kill you. Every guy can flip you a slider, curveball, changeup, whatever it is, you're going to be out, or pop it up, whatever it is. You're not going to hit nice hard line drives. And you only get 3 at bats at this, so you better be on time for a fastball and drive it somewhere. So the next thing I like to do is go to middle. I like to catch this off the front of the plate a little bit. Okay, same thing. I'm not looking to drive this ball and hit a home run. I'm going to take this ball and try to hit center, backspin, big deal, backspin. If you're hitting top spin balls, they're not going to go anywhere. They're outs. We want to backspin a line drive all the way to the back of the cage or right center of the cage. Okay. I like to stay inside of the ball whenever I'm doing tee work, so I like to use right center or center field whenever I get a ball down the middle. Okay. So I catch this one out a little bit further out front. So here it is. This is what it's going to look like. Nice, easy. I'm just getting loose. Hard line drive. That was right down the middle. Okay? That was probably off the pitcher's chest. Same thing. This one, I didn't like how it was, center field. I like to get inside it a little more, so I'm going to use right center on this one. Boom. Okay. So that ball was more to right field, and it was probably a ground out to second baseman. So I do 10 of those. Now I'm getting loose. I probably did 10 away, 10 middle, just working at, get my wrist loose, getting my direction going to right center. That is the biggest deal. If you're on time to right center, you're probably in the zone more than a person who's on time for the pull ball and not on time for the ball away. So the next thing I'm going to do is maybe get it out front a little bit. Okay. I'm never on tee. I'm never looking to hook the ball. There's no point in that. Okay. I mean, there's times where if you're really struggling to pull a ball into left field or left center, you might get around a couple on purpose. But for the most part, I'm trying to stay gap to gap here. Even on the away balls, I've seen professional guys in batting practice just shoot it over the first baseman's head all day long, just trying to get that timing down. Sometimes it looks ugly. It doesn't have to look great all the time. Okay? Guys struggle with it. Some guys are good at it. Some guys like to let it get deep and jam themselves just to understand where the ball is. So now I'm going to catch it out front a little bit. Okay, I'm not gonna hook it into the left of the cage. I'm going to stay to left center. All right, I'm going to try to hit the ball to left center or center field here. So nice and easy. I'm not trying to do anything crazy, right? Just trying to take a nice easy swing at it. I'm going to catch it out front a little bit and drive it to left. That was probably a line drive to shortstop. Try one more. We can do another line drive to more center field this time. So this ball is definitely inner half, by the way. It's probably 3 inches in from inside corner. So it's definitely an in ball, and I'm not trying to hook it down the left field line. I'm trying to stay inside of it and go to left center. Okay. So here's this. There, that was a pretty good one. One more. Stay inside of it a little more. Stay inside of it a little more. That's what I wanted. That was a line drive, probably over the shortstop's head, maybe a little towards the middle of the shortstop. Definitely a base hit. From there, most of you guys, if you don't have enough time, this is where I would end. I actually wouldn't end here. I don't know why I said that. I would actually back it up again and go back to right field for the last few, and just make sure that I have that direction down. Like I said, it's easier to pull the ball from 90% of the people than it is to go away. And it sets us up better for off-speed pitches and everything else if we can get that direction going to right center, right? If you're pulling off the ball and trying to hook it from the start, that puts us in a bad spot on our swing. We can start pulling over the top of the ball, hitting ground balls to shortstop, hitting ground balls to third base all day long. Like I said, early, pop them up to left, pop them up to short, things like that. So I always want to end with backing it up. That's what I always did. Go back to right field for the last couple of the day. That way I'm loose and I know where my direction is, okay? So from there, other drills that I like to do, I think this is a pretty important drill, is high tee. So I always like to work on top of the baseball, okay? You see a lot of people trying to get under it, and not everybody is. I'm 6'2", 100, no, I'm 6'2", 215. I don't know why I said 100. 6'2", 215, 6'3", 215, somewhere in there. And I was not a home run guy. I wasn't strong enough. I'm a bigger guy. I had some pop. I could hit a home run if I really got into one good, but I was a doubles guy. I was gap to gap, doubles, occasionally hit a ball off the wall, whatever it was. So I wanted to work on top of the ball. And that is 99% of you guys watching this video, you guys aren't home run guys. I don't care what your coach says. It takes a different animal to swing up at the ball and be strong enough and hit home runs. Okay, it takes a different breed and a different type of athleticism and everything else. So that is not what I've learned from anybody I've ever talked to about hitting. That hit at a high level. Some professional guys, talk to big league guys, and my dad, obviously, my uncle, and none of them were into getting under the ball. So one of the drills that I worked on, I saw Nelson Cruz on the internet the other day actually doing it. High tee, he likes to do high tee, and he works on getting on top of the ball, okay? He likes to go directly to that ball, okay? Which I love that. That high fastball is one of the hardest ones to catch up to, especially as you get to a higher level. The ball starts getting up there 89, 92, 94, 95, something like that. It's hard to catch up to that high fastball. So if you don't go directly to the ball, you ain't catching up. It's a strikeout every time. Okay, so that's one of the drills that I like to work on after, if I have a lot of time and I'm going through my progression, I work away, middle, in, back to away, and then I would go to high tee, down the middle. Most of the time I just like high tee down the middle, and I'm trying to work on top of this baseball. Okay, I'm trying to hit a nice hard line drive to the back of the cage. I don't like to see the ball. We don't want the ball to go up in the top of the cage on this one. We want to try to hit a hard backspin, major key, backspin line drive to the back of the net, okay? If you're hitting top spin balls, if your ball's going down when you hit the end of the net, that's a sign that you're getting under it and you're swinging from under and trying to go over the top, okay? And that's obviously a recipe for ground outs and fly outs and everything else. So we need to backspin line drives every single time, okay? So let's do it again. I'm gonna get directly to this baseball and on top of it. That's my idea. Whether I do that or not, that's another story, but my mentality needs to be directly to this baseball, down through it, and hard line drive to the back of the net, okay? See if I can do that here. Okay, that one hit the top of the net right at the end of the cage. So definitely a fly out. I wouldn't say a fly out, more of like a lazy line drive to center field. Okay, so now I'm going to work a little more on top and try to hit one through the pitcher's head. Perfect. That ball was right down the middle, about 7 foot high. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do on this high ball. I think that's another great drill this T stuff, it's all about mentality. It's all about your approach to what you're trying to do. You got to know, a coach says do T work. If you're just going out there and swinging the bat, that's great and all. You're learning on making contact, but the ball's not even moving, right? That's why we do T work, is the ball's not moving. We don't have to worry about trying to make contact and driving the baseball. It's sitting still, and we're working on things that, are going to make us better. We can actually think about something before we swing, rather than, you get in a game and if you try to think too much and you're trying to decide what you're going to do, and try to think about 7 different mechanical errors that you make and everything else, you're probably not gonna hit well that day. So this is a great place to think about your approach and what you're trying to do. Okay, so approach-wise, I'm trying to use right field, get my direction going that way. Then we work towards the middle. We might hit a few to left, and then I go back to right field. And then extra work, I like to do some high tee. I know a lot of kids are struggling with this low ball right now. They don't like to get through the ball. You got to get to it and through it, right? That's kind of the same idea of backing this ball up to right. We're trying to get our direction going to right field. A lot of kids like to hit the ball and then go around, and that leads to ground balls, flyouts, foul balls, everything else. Okay, so our direction is right center. Throw everything to right center. And hard line drive, okay? Knee-high line drives, backspin every time. So this low ball right here, I'm going to try to hit it, get through it to right center, and stay on, okay? That's the goal here. See if I can do that. That was pretty good. I like that one. Just do one more of those. That was a fly ball. Wasn't as impressed with that one, but I stayed on it all right. One more. Got around that one. Can't end on a bad one. Back to right center. I got to get my direction going towards right center. One more. See if I can get this one. Let's back this up a little bit. Might get a little too far out. There it is. Got that one good. All right. So that's just a little bit of T work that I have learned throughout my years of playing. I've learned from a lot of professional players. They do the same thing. They like to work right field first, get their direction. Don't be afraid to take that into BP too. Just because we did it on T doesn't mean that we don't want to do it in BP. My dad preached to me every game, before every game, get your direction to right field first. That first round, a lot of guys, I'm telling you, man, you watch BP, a lot of them look ugly doing it. They are just literally taking this ball and just getting G'd and shooting it over there, right? And they take it and they shoot it over there. Ground balls to second base, weak line drives. They're just trying to back the ball up and get their direction to right center. They even do that in BP. They might do it for 1 or 2 rounds. Then they start going to center field, right center, left center. And then they start getting into a few into left center. And then, a lot of them like to end with back to right center ball, and then they're done. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you learned a little bit. I hope you apply this in your life, in your game. T-work is tedious, but just remember, we want to get our direction to right center. I can't stress that enough. Every time you hit the ball, you want a backspin line drive to the back of the cage, okay? T-work will definitely over-exaggerate that. It'll show you whether you're getting on top of the ball or backspinning the baseball. That's about it, guys. All I got to say is hit line drives all day long, get some hits, and use right center every once in a while, and you'll be good to go. So thank you guys for listening to this video. Again, my name's Zach Rebele, son of former Major League Baseball player of 12 years, Jeff Rebele. I grew up in a baseball family. I love this stuff. I don't know where this channel's going, but share it with your friends, share it with teammates and everything. I'm going to try to do a couple podcasts and talk about you know, all kinds of things, certain situations in a game that happen where, you know, how to play certain counts, how to hit certain counts. You know, just a little teaser is it's 2-0. I'm not going to look for a ball, you know, on the corner of the plate. I'm not just looking to hack on any ball, right? I want to get it in my zone so I can drive the baseball. So things like that. I want to break down little ideas that, you know, I've learned over the years that have really helped me become a better player. I was never, you know, the most talented guy out there. I've never been the greatest athlete, but I did the small things that kept me, you know, able to play college baseball at a pretty high level and, you know, play shortstop. And I wasn't a fast runner. So I got to hang around at short, and, you know, most people my speed were catchers or third baseman. So, or first baseman, probably, not even third baseman. So that's a little about me, guys. I appreciate you listening to this video. I hope you guys can check out the rest of the channel. You know, comment down below things that you like to do in tee work and other things that you've heard Major League Baseball players talk about in their tee work. I'd love to conversate with you guys on your ideas. If you have, you know, different ideas about how to go about warming up, but this is what they do. This is, I mean, there's not much to it, guys. I know it's tedious, but this is what big league guys do. This is what professional guys do. This is what college guys do. This is what good high school players do. So, you know, take this, apply it in your life, and, you know, I hope we can get a lot better and learn through this channel. So thanks, guys. Give me a like down below. You know, tag me on something on Instagram. Send me DM, whatever you need. And I hope to see you guys again on the next video. Thank you. Good luck.